It's bright and chilly and cold. I told you in a video yesterday that I would be talking about the aging process in the next couple of videos, and I had a few comments on that as why do you want to talk about the aging process? Well, it really was a question of education as much as anything else. I wanted to sort of bring to the table things happening as I see them happening around me, and how I've become more aware of them. And I think it was just through those indulgences I've had that I thought it was good to share it. Because of the products I'm involved in, which is health and wellness these days, and because I'm also actively participating in another role, assisting with caring for people with dementia, I am in the process of taking a variety of different exams. Some I've just passed very recently. And so I'm going through a process of learning again in that respect. And it was just really coming out of the hospitality industry and retail, and even in manufacturing, I've things were drilled into me in certain ways over the years, and I'm learning really a whole lot of new stuff, which is quite invigorating and quite exciting. I'm not getting paid much. It's not about money. This isn't. This is about really just learning and establishing what is out there. So I thought I'd share the aging process first of all with you, because I know people, friends and colleagues of mine who are the sort of same age as I am, would find this probably interesting. And please drop your comments at the bottom of the YouTube page, and please let me know. As always, a lot of what I say when it's about opinion is my opinion, but facts that I state are facts. So you'll get both sides of that. I've got to rush around today. I've got to get to the bank. I've got to get to get some stuff out of the post office, and I've got to get to pick up something at another retailer. So I'm going to be rushing about a bit today, but come on with me, and I'll go through the process in narration as I go about my tasks. Okay, see you in the car. I want to talk about natural aging of the body and the various systems in the body. Let's start with the cardiovascular system. What is it? Well, it's the heart, blood vessels in the body, including the arteries and the capillaries and veins. Now, natural aging that affects this area of the body is hardening of the arteries due to fat, cholesterol, and other substances that build up and block arteries. This can lead to organ damage. Heart muscle cells degenerate slightly. Capillary walls thicken slightly. Number of red blood cells reduces. The effects of natural aging in this area of the body includes tiredness, shortness of breath, cough, decreased appetite, and swelling in ankles and feet. Chronic illnesses and diseases associated with the cardiovascular system, which also come on more in older people, are heart disease, the coronary artery disease, arteries that supply blood to the heart muscle hard and narrow. This is the most common type of heart disease. Congestive heart failure. The heart does not pump efficiently, resulting in a slow and weak heartbeat. Arrhythmias, this is the irregular beating of the heart. Hypertension, this is high blood pressure. And angina, this is something my father had, and this was chest pains. So that's one area, probably the area we think of first as we're getting older. The next area is the digestive system. What is that? Well, what does it include? Well, first of all, it's the mouth, it's the salivary glands, it's the pancreas, the stomach, the gallbladder, the small and the large intestines, the liver, to name but quite a few. Natural aging in this area includes less saliva, less mucus in the intestine, less gastric juice to aid the digestive system in the stomach. Absorption of nutrients are less efficient. The effects of this in the older person is poor digestion of food, constipation, heartburn. Right, here's a mouthful now. The musculoskeletal system. What is it? It's the bones, muscles and joints. The natural aging changes in this area tends to be thin or brittle bones, compression of the spinal column, decrease in muscle strength and mass, stiff joints, and a loss of elasticity in the connective tissue. The effects of natural aging include increased risk of falls and fractures, pain, difficulty walking, muscle weakness, and increased range of motion. Chronic illnesses in this area include bones become weak and brittle, and a fall or even a small movement like bending over or coughing can cause a fracture. Arthritis also is common at this age because inflammation of one or more joints causes joint pain, swelling, stiffness, and limited movements. And I think some of us are already feeling that now from Lindisfarne in my group. Right, the next area to concern ourselves with in natural aging is the nervous system, the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. The natural aging effects in this area include decrease in blood supply to the brain, brain shrinkage. Nerve cells may begin to transmit messages more slowly than in the past. Decrease or loss of reflexes or sensation, leading to problems with movement and safety concerns. The effects of natural aging in this area: decreasing information processing and physical reaction time, increased risk of fall. Chronic illnesses and diseases associated with the nervous system include Alzheimer's disease and other dementias. Dementia is a syndrome that can be caused by a number of progressive disorders that affect the memory, the thinking, the behavior, and the ability to perform everyday tasks. Alzheimer's is one form of dementia that gradually worsens over time. Other mental health disorders: depression, significantly depressed mood, feelings of despair, loss of interest in doing things one previously enjoyed doing. Bipolar disorder: this is mood swings that can range from deep sadness to extreme happiness. Schizophrenia, a serious brain disorder that distorts the way a person thinks, acts, expressions, emotions, perceives reality, and receives reality differently to others. Parkinson's disease, which is what my mother had, a disorder of the brain that leads to shaking, tremors, and difficulty with walking movements and coordination. And then, of course, strokes. A stroke occurs when blood supply to part of the brain is interrupted or severely reduced, depriving brain tissue of oxygen and sustenance. Brain cells begin to die within minutes. The effects of a stroke vary widely from person to person, depending on the location of the damage in the brain and the extent of the tissue loss. Some complications that can occur as a result of the stroke include difficulty eating, inhaling food into the airway system, dementia, loss of mobility or sensation in one or more parts of the body, difficulty speaking, understanding, and problems thinking and or focusing. The respiratory system, what is it? It's the nose, it's the mouth, it's the lungs, it's the diaphragm. Natural aging in this area, this changes with natural, includes decreased lung intake, less oxygen intake, the ability to cough effectively decreases. The effects of this is tiredness, even after moderate activity, shortness of breath, heavy or laboured breathing. Asthma can occur, a disorder that causes the airways to swell and narrow, leading to wheezing, shortening of breath, chest tightness and coughing, and of course the dreaded pneumonia. Inflammation of the lungs caused by infections. Symptoms include fever, cough, shortness of breath, sweating, shaking, chills, chest pains that fluctuates with breathing, headache, muscle pain and fatigue. The urinary system, what is it? It's the kidneys, it's the bladder, and it covers, well, we know what it covers basically. Changes with natural aging include kidney decrease in size and efficiency, body processes medications differently, and bladder loses its working capacity. Effects of natural aging, needs to urinate more often. However, inconsistent is a normal effect of aging. Some medications increase or decrease urination. Excessive thirst, fatigue, hunger, and weight loss. These are only some of the systems that I'm reading out now, the most common ones in age. I want to be very clear on. Hearing is another one, obviously. We tend to hear less. Vision as well, we see less. And I think they're more of a natural and common ailment in older people. What I'm trying to get across is all these things are going on in people every day around us that we walk past. Some more than others. We tend to think of ourselves, and probably just the ones close to us, the loved ones, in terms of what ailments they have and what makes life more difficult for them to carry on. What I'm starting to be made aware of is really a lot more than that. I'll talk to you more later. Well, I hope you found that interesting. Certainly it was eye-opening. It was an eye-opener for me when I was learning a lot of this stuff, and it brings certain things home, doesn't it, in terms of what we possibly need to do in our society to make life easier for people and educate people also in the service industry a bit better as well, possibly. Okay, talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.